I started sleeping with the lights on after my grandmother's funeral. The ceiling lamp in the dorm room stayed on all night because I chose to tremble under the light rather than feeling things move in the dark. After my grandmother's death, silence seemed to follow me, like a gaze watching from the crack of the door. Every time I slept, I saw the same dream: railingless concrete stairs extending forever and holding onto nothing. I was at the bottom, walking towards the stairs with water-soaked feet. Everywhere was dark, and I could only distinguish the stairs. It was a carelessly poured, cracked, and creepy staircase. My mom and dad separated years ago, and my grandmother raised me. My mother lived her own life, and I never saw my father. I do not know if he left me or why he went, and I did not dare to ask while my grandmother was alive. But when she was gone, a void opened inside me asking, "Who am I?" One evening, I gathered my courage and called my mother. "Help me find my father," I said. She was silent for a long time. Then she gave me a number and asked, "Are you sure you want to call?" After hanging up the phone, I thought about it, but finally, I called. The voice answering the phone was calm and reassuring. "I know," he said. "I left you alone in life, but I want to be with you now." He invited me to his house. I went to him during the semester break. It was a farmhouse outside a small town where the nearest house was kilometers away. I did not tell my mother where I was, since she had never been curious about me anyway. When he opened the door, he welcomed me warmly. His eyes looked as if he had been waiting for me for years, and I thought maybe I could fill my grandmother's absence this way. The first night, I kept the lights on again, and he did not object, saying, "The darkness is heavier here." As soon as I slept, the dream started again. I was in a void. Everywhere was dark and cold, and my feet were wet again. In the middle stood the stairs, extending forever. As I walked, the water rippled and my feet sank deeper. I decided to climb the stairs, but just then, someone touched my shoulder saying, "It is breakfast time." At breakfast, I asked him why he left me. "These do not matter anymore. Let's enjoy the moment instead of talking about the past," he said. I did not push him, thinking maybe we should spend a bit more time together. He had prepared breakfast on the veranda, and after breakfast, we toured the farm, which was quite neglected as if it was abandoned. The next night, I woke up in sweat again. The room was bright, but the walls looked darker. I told my father about it. "Do not tell," he said simply. Then he added, "Dreams sometimes knock on the door of reality." The following night, I climbed the stairs in my dream. While climbing, things were pricking my feet. It hurt, and my feet were covered in blood. The stairs seemed to twist forever, but finally, I managed to reach the top. There was a small room. I went inside and saw a man in a suit standing with his back turned. When he turned his head, he had no face, just a white and flat surface. The faceless man was swinging a key in his hand with a tag on its end. But I woke up before seeing it. The nightmares had become heavier. I tried to tell my father, but he always said the same thing: "Do not tell." I could not stand it and called my mother. I told her where I was. My mother's voice sounded good, but then she sent me an old photo where a young man was smiling next to her. "Who is this?" I asked. "Your father," she said. I looked at the screen. The face in the photo was not the face of the man in the house. "No, the man in the photo is not my father," I said. The answer was delayed, but finally it came. "Get out of there, immediately. Go to the police." While the phone was in my hand, the room light flickered, and the man appeared in the doorway. The sound of the key in his hand was ringing in my ears like a hum. "You are not my father," I said. He laughed, but his laugh was not a human voice. It was like a wood creak coming from inside the walls. "I am not your father," he said. The ground split. A dark and deep pit opened in front of me, and the stairs I climbed appeared under my feet. Suddenly, I found myself inside the small room. The light went out for a moment and came back on. His face was white, just like in my dream, and there was a blood stain on the tag on the key in his hand. I ran to the door and went out of the room into a long and dark corridor. It was as if I was walking, because my feet were stepping on cold tiles and leaving bloodstains on the floor. Then, the house clock started screaming tick, 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 and with every tick, the corridor was getting shorter. Just as I was about to run, my grandmother's voice whispered right in my ear, "Leave the light on." I looked at the corridor wall. The photo of the man I thought was my father was gone. A new photo was hanging in its place. It was me. My face suddenly started to be erased and turn into a silhouette. While I could not move, he turned his head towards me. And for the first time, I could read the tag on the key. My name was written on it, meaning the next owner.